Well, hello. Today's the 1988 action movie Action Jackson. An elite group of assassins in Detroit are killing auto union executives. Jericho Action Jackson was a lieutenant who was demoted after the arrest of a son of a local powerful businessman named Delaflame. Jackson is on the side investigating these murders of the union officials, even though he has no authority to. His captain forces him, though, to attend the award ceremony for Delaplane. It is there that he strikes up a friendship with Delaplane's wife. The wife, though, overhears a conversation linking Delaplane to the murderers, and Delaplane has to kill her. Her murder is then pinned on Jackson, who is forced to go on the run. Along the way, he manages to rescue the mistress of Delaplane, a junkie and lounge singer. The plot meanders around, and Action Jackson finally gets captured by the evil Delaplane, who tells him his plan. He wants to take over the auto union because it influences presidential elections. He wants to have influence over future administrations. Jackson, though, escapes with the help of a bouncer he beat up earlier in the movie. He confronts Delaplane at a party at his mansion. He drives a sports car through the mansion to kill Delaplane and save the life of the mistress. So it's a 1988 movie starring Carl Weathers, and it actually started when he was on the set of Predator and was having a conversation with the producer Joel Silver, and they're talking about how they loved, the blaxploitation films and that they should do one, and he said, "Go ahead and get one ready," and he did, and hired Carl Weathers to star in it. And this was kind of before that. Carl Weathers never really carried a movie. He was mostly a supporting actor. He was very well known for the Rocky movies, Apollo Creed, and of course liked him, Predator. And he was about 40 years old when he did this, so he was kind of getting old when he started this. And it was obviously supposed to go back to the old 70s blaxploitations of Shaft and that, Superfly. And they were setting Carl Weathers to be kind of the new Shaft, I guess, and they were hoping this could be a franchise for future movies. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out that way. Budget of $10 million, and it made $20 million, so it barely even made its production costs back. Considered a bit of a flop. And Vanity got nominated for a Razzie for Best Actress, and she was also apparently wasn't much of a stretch for her acting to be a cocaine junkie, because she was kind of that in real life at the time. And I kind of like the movie. Carl Weathers is a pretty talented actor, but I don't think he really had the gravitas to be the main star of one movie. And didn't help either that the plot was basically kind of derivative and formulaic. I remember back in the time it came out, I was listening to a review of it on a radio show I used to listen to, and the guy was saying, well, it had some good kill scenes, but otherwise there was not much to it, and I kind of agree with that. It had some fun little action scenes, like a bit over the top, like the 80s. He would chase after a cab and jump on it, and actually hold on for driving through the streets, or he drives a sports car through a mansion. And it must be nice to live in a mansion where your stairs and halls are wide enough to accommodate a sports car. And The Craig T. Nelson character was pretty good as a villain. He was very smarmy, psychopath, and had some eye candy, in Sharon Stone and Vanity. We had some gratuitous nudity scenes for both of them. But it's kind of just basically mediocre. I know I watched this movie at least twice before. Once I rented it on VHS, years after it came out, and then I bought the Blu-ray because it was kind of cheap, and thought, oh yeah, I kind of remember this vaguely. Watching it, I can't remember a thing about this movie. So I guess that might be kind of it's neither good enough or bad enough to stick in your mind. So I guess it's kind of a good thing about it, because you can at least, it has a lot of rewatchability factor in that when you rewatch it, you're like watching a new movie. You can't remember what happened. So, and also apparently Carl Weathers was in a movie he starred in for like cable TV or something called Dangerous Passions. And they decided to market it in Europe as Action Jackson 2. That's I don't know if it was the first Action Jackson was popular in Europe or something. It doesn't seem like it would, warrant as a selling point for another movie that had absolutely nothing to do with the first movie. But they did that anyway. And sadly, Carl Weathers, I believe, passed away this year, which is a really sad thing. He was definitely a talented actor. Lost another one, and God rest him. So if you stuck with me this long, I thank you. You're a unique individual.